Black America.
Wow.
They talked about it in the they wrote about it.
They should.
And in fact, you can see the piece is called something like Lay Your Burden Where You Are, or I forgot, but it's with the article is on the Center for Immigration Studies. But data is important.
Black Republicans.
Data is important. History is important. History provides us context. And what we never get from liberals, from Democrats, from progressives is data. They never give us data. All they give us is name calling and character assassination, right?
Mm-hmm.
So, right?
And lies.
So now we've got David Harris, another YouTube influencer, and Adrian Norman, right? So, straight Black American men is a good thing. Am I right?
Sure, right.
and they're rare. Because, you watch TV and, what do you think? So
don't watch TV anymore.
They're like an anomaly or something. But anyway, let's start with you, Brandon. Give us your thoughts about the film.
Well, first of all, I want to say thank you guys for coming out here. Let's give Dinesh another round of applause.
Yes.
Such an amazing film. I mean, that was the best movie I've ever seen. So informative. I'm so inspired by that movie. I think that it touched on a lot of issues that I was unclear about. The party switch thing was one of the biggest things about that the Democrats always allude to that wasn't true. I think the comparison or the connection between the Democratic Party now and the Nazis was another interesting point. And it's funny because I can see the hatred and some of the negative things that the Democratic Party has done, and to be able to connect the two and see what the trajectory is was very impactful for me. So I think it was a great film. I think everybody in the world should look at that film and give it a try.
Yeah.
We're all going to work to make it viral on the internet, right? So give us your thoughts, Amazing Lucas.
Hello?
Let me ask you, why do you go by Amazing? What's so amazing?
Those muscles, man. Look at them move down.
What's so amazing?
It's all tight shirts. I thought the film was absolutely powerful. I think it's great to have information in such a palatable and bite-sized format because it makes it easy to comprehend. Someone who may not doesn't want to read tons and tons of literature. And the problem is nowadays is that you're fighting on all fronts. When it comes to the media, you're fighting a battle there. When it comes to the schools, it's important to have the history books, but the problem is who's writing those history books and also who's teaching those history books.
Yes.
Because I've been in classes where, they may skip a few chapters because it doesn't fit their narrative. So I think films like this, I think it's powerful because I love that they give a problem.
Yeah.
But they also give a solution, and that solution is you're going to have to fight, and not necessarily physically, but it's going to be a fight for truth. And it's up to each and one of us to spread that information of truth. So I absolutely love the film.
Truth is the only thing that matters. This is something that Dennis Prager said. In fact, he said, I heard him say it the other day, truth is a value. Does that make sense? Yeah. Truth is a value, right? And so we never get the truth from the Democrats.
Yeah.
Because you know why we never get the truth from an example of how we never get the truth from the Democrats and the media is because they call illegal aliens immigrants.
Yes. Oh, that's such a lie.
Proof you're not telling the truth.
Right.
Because the
That's
definition
right.
of an immigrant is someone not subject to deportation, right?
That's right.
Okay. So now, David, tell us your thoughts about the movie.
It just revealed, I think, even deeper how far off our country has been and how dangerously close we came to not being the United States of America anymore. It showed correlations and traced history that should wake every American up to realize that while most of us just want to live good, do well, take care of our families, work hard, enjoy the fruits of our labor, there is and has been, and history has proven it over and over again, very, very sinister people that that's not what they want. They want total and complete power, domination, and control.
Yes.
And they've done it in other countries around the world. They try to do it in this country, and they're trying to do it again. And for all of us well-meaning Americans that just think all we need to do is focus on our own stuff and work on our own stuff and hope the rest works out, we're gonna wind up like a frog in water that's slowly getting boiled, and then before it's boiled to death, it's too late. So it's a wake-up call. I mean, I see it as a wake-up call.
Yes.
I see it as a mission to say we need to get as many of our well-meaning friends and families that don't want to be in the political fight, that would rather just say, I'll let you guys figure it out. No, you wait till everybody else tries to figure it out. If there's not enough of us pushing and trying to wake each other up, it could be too late. So.
Dinesh said in the movie, how do we fight the tyranny of the left, right? So that's something we must ask ourselves. I mean, we're fighting it here by coming here, right? We're by getting informed. That's it. Because, that's one thing I said. It's like knowing history is like, oh, this is what I said on the radio show. Hillary is saying that if Judge Kavanaugh is elected to the Supreme Court, we'll be going back to the 1850s, right? She said that, right? Well, but if we know that subsequent to the 1850s, the 13th and 14th and 15th Amendment was enacted, right? So if we have that knowledge, that's sort of like we have a shield or a sword against Hillary Clinton. So that's knowledge is how you fight tyranny, I think, no?
Yes.
So what did you think of the movie, Adrian?
I thought it was an amazing film. Dinesh has a really uncanny way of being able to take very high-level concepts and kind of break it down to where the average person can really understand it. Take really, really complex information and synthesize it in a way that it's relatable. And I thought this film did a good job of covering, I mean, obviously the new book isn't out yet, but I read most of The Big Lie. And a lot of those concepts were in this movie, mostly on the fascism side. And it's really interesting to see the parallels between then and now. And I definitely, it resonated with me in a sense that, yeah, we are in another fight, just like at the time of Lincoln, for the future of the country. But what makes this particular fight different is that now we have a system of control. We have a control grid that technologically, where you have tech giants like Facebook and Google that are actively working against us. So it's not just about disseminating flyers, but you have somebody that's an adversary consciously trying to prevent you from getting a message out. And with where things are in 2018, if we lose the country now, it's pretty much a done deal forever. So I think the timing of this movie is perfect because of where we're at as a nation. And I think 2018 is almost as critical as 2016.
Yes.
So I love that this film is coming out. I love
Even
that
more.
he took the time and had the wherewithal to make this particular film and release it, because I think this is going to be pivotal in the fight to move forward and continue to put the country into a better place and make sure that we don't lose America, because if we lose America this time, it's pretty much done forever.
Yeah. We know that the midterm election is going to be very important, right?
Yes.
I mean, I think Steve Bannon said something like, whether or not a wall is built or whether or not something else, the most important thing, we don't want Trump impeached, because they will go full throttle if Democrats are elected during the midterms to impeach him. I mean, we'll spend the next 2 years just dealing with subpoenas and investigate. It's just, we know it, right?
Waste.
We all know it. We can see it. It's like obvious, right? So, the other thing that was mentioned in the movie is the fact that, I think it was Reagan that said, fascism comes on the left. You want to touch on that? Who wants to take either one? Who wants to take that? Reagan says fascism comes from the left.
Yeah, he said if fascism ever shows up in the United States, it'll come in the form of liberalism.
Yes, it will.
Right.
And that's exactly what they've done. And it's It's so eye-opening to see systematically and strategically. None of this stuff is new. It's not new. Governments, people have tried to do these things in other countries and have succeeded in going to great lengths to take control of their country and ruin it for the average people that just want to live a good life. It's not new. And so the fact that it's here and the big lie that's being told over and over again, that Adolf Hitler said, you tell a big enough lie, you tell it over and over and over again, people will believe it. And it's a wake-up call.
Yeah, I'll piggyback on that as well. And we kind of saw this in the movie. You know, we saw this with the Obama administration, right? It's kind of where you have a form of capitalism, but it's completely government controlled. You know, you saw this with Obamacare. You saw this with the EPA.